Okay, so let's work on homework number 3, question 12. This is an extension of the video I made earlier. So we have a triangle and it has a perimeter, right? Perimeter that equals 1.92 meters. And then the longest side, which is over here, is 7 times the shortest side, right? So 7x. And then the middle side is 0.75 more than the shortest side. So we're just going to set that up as an equation. So 1.92 equals a side plus another side plus another side. And 1.92 is equal to all of the x terms, plus x. So 1.92 is equal to all of the x terms added up. So that would be 9x plus 0.75. I have a bad habit of not putting the 0 in front of the decimal point because I know it's not really significant. But anyway, that's just my little quirk there. So 1.92 minus 0.75. So 1.92 minus 0.75 equals 1.17. And then 1.17 divided by 9. I'm just taking care of 2 things at once. So I'm actually solving for x when I divide by 9. So I subtracted 0.75 and my x ended up being 0.13 in the end. And that's in meters. So the shortest side, if it allows me to type in here, is 0.13. Okay, and then from that point, you just fill in the other parts, right? So you just take x, you substitute it in for x where you multiply by 7, and then you add it to 0.75, okay? Okay, so in 14, it says write an equation in terms of x that represents the given statement and then solve the problem. 5 decreased by the product of a number and 5 is equal to 25. So 5 decreased by the product of a number and 5 is equal to 25. Subtracting 5 from both sides, I get negative 5x equals 20, and x would end up being negative 4. So let me see if I can type in the 25 here. Let's see what they think. Okay? And then you just substitute in your answer. Okay? So moving along. Just use the example in this one. So just use one. This is just a little bit more complicated. Not too much though. Same thing here with 17. And then same thing with 18. And here we go with absolute value. So when you see the absolute value, you are talking about distance from 0. So when you're solving an equation with absolute value, you must consider the negative side and the positive side. So if it says negative, you have to add you have to do the same problem with the absolute value symbols dropped, but you're just going to do the opposite sign. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to drop the absolute value symbols, okay? And then I'm going to do it twice, okay? So you're going to end up with 2 answers, okay? And don't forget, that you have the example that you could use. But in this one, when I subtract 3 from both sides, I'm going to get b equals 17. And I'm also going to get b equals negative 23. Okay? Now, for this one, you have to, so for number 20, what you have to do is you have to get everything away from the absolute value first. So be careful about that. So I'm going to drop the absolute value, but I'm going to add 12 to both sides, and I'm going to get 8. And then you change it, b equals negative 8. Okay, then you can change it to the negative side. Sorry, it's just make sure that you go in, or you are going to click on the videos from the book, or you're going to read your book, or you are going to use the example. Okay, so if there's any kind of problem that you need to see, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.